this is an asset which many hated and stated that it's going nowhere. And some even stated that it's never going to the upside. Some stated you don't even dream about 0.3 or 0.5. And we just hit 0.78. Now, looking at the long-term chart of XRP, we can see that the bottom is in and we are trending higher. This price can be explained by multiple long-term supports, because as we hit 0.78 and we dropped or corrected, many articles are popping out like XRP is coming to the bottom, it is going down, those kind of shits. But if you recognize this chart, say this is a long-term support trend line which was active way back from 2017, right? And we broke above that. Now that's actually a good news, bullish news, and that too, after breaking that, we are way above that. We are not coming back to that bottom to retest it. Instead, we are staying above that. Now, why are we staying above that? Because we do have other horizontal support lines which lies around 0.48. We came back towards that in different exchanges. We tried that area and we are right now above that. Now, if you zoom in and look at this particular line, red line, which you can see here, which is right now at 0.575, you can see just below you have a wick here that is also acting as a support at 0.55. Now, this is just one trend line support and a horizontal support. If you actually look at this chart in all the different perspectives, say this new trend has begun from this particular point, right? We were putting one higher highs here at 0.22 and then another one around 0.327 and then the next one 0.76, 0.78. Depends on which exchange you look at. Now, if you connect those trend lines there, still you can see that the price went above that trend line. So even though this is a bullish trend line, the bullish resistance line, if you put this, you can actually see we were traveling in this bullish manner, but still we went above that. So that's for me ultra bullish. It's not just bullish, it's ultra bullish. It's a time to buy more if you haven't done that in the accumulation zone, because we all understand that the accumulation zone is way back here below 0.32, and if your average is still below that, and even if you buy some more and your average is still below 0.32, you are among that lucky guys. Now, with that technical introduction, we can see some news and fundamentals too. Because this volcano is about to erupt, you have to understand it is just preparing for that. And you need that confidence in your portfolio, or else you will fall short, because there is a lot of news popping out. I actually see different assets at this time looking similar to that of XRP before this breakout. That means there are other assets out there which kind of shows you that we are going to pop out 150%, and some are showing you 800%. So these happens in a bull market. Now, yes, we did start our bull rally and that was just the preparatory wave, right? News coming out is bullish. Market cycle is turning bullish. As you can see in a longer time frame chart, market cycle is now turning bullish, completely bullish considering long term, right? The RSI is supporting that, the MACD is supporting that, and the MACD clearly highlights you that we are just at the beginning of this bull run. If you look here, we started that preparatory wave, then a long correction after the wave 2 and popped again. So compared to which we have not reached any of those levels right now. So when the market is bullish, when the news coming out is bullish, and it's trying to show you that the area where Ripple is expanding is getting that attention towards payments. So now that the market cycle is bullish and the news coming out is bullish and price popped out 500% from the bottom, what else do you need as a confirmation that we are already in the early stages of this bull run? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Before this price volcano of XRP erupts, you need to know certain factors which are playing out in the market. XRP price action imminent. Okay, cool. So what are you actually looking at? It completely depends on which time frame you are looking at and what factors you analyze. Now in this 1 hour chart, previously here you can see in this particular area, say the first week when we put that in on a 15 to 30 minute chart, it was a bullish pennant, a bullish flag type of stuff which was breaking to the upside, which I showed you yesterday. Then we went all the way towards 0.6. Just after that pattern was broken, we went towards 0.6. That target of that pattern was achieved. Now we came back, retested this break here, the horizontal support, and we wicked something similar to this. And then we traveled to the upside, and this horizontal resistance is broken there. Now that's a positive news. Now on a shorter time frame, see 5 minutes. Now 5 minutes and all would be too much noise. You can stay away from that, but you still get a idea that it broke above that, it came back a little, it is retesting that area, and it's going to bounce. Now it is so important to understand that these happens once in a time, right? If you look at the pattern and if you can understand this is coming in, then you are able to take that benefit. As I told you, there are different assets which are preparing for this pop out, and hopefully that would be, I'm personally looking at it like next 2 to 8 weeks, these are going to pop out like 150%, 200%, and some like 800%. So when those assets pop out, their first preparatory wave, XRP should be moving in its first bull market wave. So while we enter the bull market waves, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, you do have to understand charts are important, along with the fundamental analysis and the news coming out. But news is not always that bullish. Sometimes even in a bull market, you're going to get negative news which may correct the price a little bit down. Say different projects like IOTA is getting negative news right now. I've seen posts like the founder itself is jumping out, and the price is going to zero. So that's a time in a market cycle. I would look at that asset and say, okay, what is this doing? What is the pattern forming? And then reassess the situation, buy positions, and take a decision. Now, if you like to see those kind of steps and technical evaluations, you can look at the Patreon link given in the description based on your portfolio. If you only have XRP in your portfolio, never mind, don't look at it. If you have all the other different crypto assets, which many of my Patreons have, some of the assets which I haven't even heard of, but the technical analysis helps them to understand where they should buy, what they should target, and where they should exit. When we say all of this, you should also keep in your mind that stuffs are happening all around the globe. Now, this analyst is popping out that it's going to go to the upside. The price action is imminent and it's going to go higher. So when they look at that and talk about that, XRP is up twofold since now, but now we know that. Now, when they look at the past 30 days and say this, you have to understand there has been a long correction after that. So investors are now looking this as a base. Previously, everyone was saying, no, we won't even go above 0.3, 0.5. And now we are looking at 0.5 as our base. So just one thing which you have to understand in this monkey jumping is, say this is the price. Consider it as a monkey. Each time it's jumping to the upside, it comes back down. Say, for example, the bottom is tied up with a rubber band into that monkey's tail. Each time the monkey jumps up, the bottom also goes along with it. So each time the bottom is increasing. That's what you have to look at and keep in your mind in a bull market. Each time we pop out, the bottom increases. But for XRP, precisely based on history, the pop out is so huge from wave 1, 2, and 3 that the bottom may not be 100% above. It can be like 1000% above the current one, even after the correction. So those stuff has to be understood with the fundamentals. Say in this particular article, it is showing ultra bullish news, and the perspective of that analyst is pointing towards he would be taking out 20% of his portfolio around $10. then around $100, 1,000 and 10,000. Now, I don't know how you guys digest that one, but my approach is a little bit different. As I inform my patrons, I would be taking out at different levels. My target or my approach would be a little bit different from what it is shown here. But yes, it's completely based on your portfolio and how you understand that, because the entire market is changing. This tweet from Jesse highlights that India's Supreme Court lifting ban on crypto. So the central bank actually put out a ban on crypto exchanges. You can't do this, you can't do that. But now the topmost court in the nation is saying, no, you can't do that. All over the world, they are using this. Crypto exchanges are being used for regulated financial institutions, remittance, all the different use cases. And here you are sitting and saying you can't do this. So now that is changing again. Now, yeah, there can be drama again, because here the politicians are mostly illiterates. They don't even understand the technology. They just need bribes. Now, jumping into the next tweet, Michael posted this one highlighting. Now, first one was in India. Next one is showing in US. So, Congress people ask SEC to verify who can custody security tokens. So, one by one in the tokenization in the central bank digital currency era, where the assets are being tokenized, you need a bridge asset. This is moving properly. Now, there is something which I really would like to highlight. This tweet from Peter Bass highlights Singapore's DBS Bank to launch digital currency exchange. Now that's okay, that's cool, that's bullish. But next one is from Amy. She's actually highlighting DBS new digital exchange will list 4 digital assets including XRP. Okay, so that is from XRP's side. Now next tweet is from Atul, who's a part of XDC, the Sinfin group, and he's also bullish in this news. Singapore FinTech Festival is amazing. Welcome to cryptocurrency, DBS Bank, and he's quoting XDC. So these exchanges, when they are popping out, as I highlighted here, back in India, they just starting to look at this in a positive manner, that the crypto exchanges are the new remittance platform, or the new banks. They are becoming the new custody services, right? So now you have to understand XRP runs on XRP Ledger, which is a payment platform. Then XDC is something similar, is another payment platform. Now, the specification, ability, and the partnership differs, and that's why XRP stands out from the rest, like XLM, XDC, Quant, and all. But you do have to understand this market is so huge. All the payment tokens which have that use case and the ability to scale will survive. So while looking at XRP and the upcoming screenshot of Spark, now all you have to understand is it's not the airdrop right now, it's the screenshot. So the Spark token, the delivery of the same will be afterwards. So if you are just waiting there, taking out the screenshot, you're then moving your assets. Anyway, it's completely up to you. You are not looking at the token coming out. But BitTrue will launch trading for Flares, a Spark token, this month for all XRP holders, because now they understand, say this guy has this much XRP and this much Spark is being allocated to him. So he is now having that and he can use it to trade. So that's not a bad deal coming from BitTrue. That's another positive news. Now looking at the expansion, while the entire economy is going down, this one shows you that ability which Ripple and Ripple Nets gives its partners. Microsoft partners with Ripple customer dLocal to expand in emerging markets. So previously we already discussed, say Ripple was concentrating on Asia and they mainly succeeded, right? Most of the locations, they are having that infrastructure right now. They're putting the plumbing for the money to move, and that's ultra bullish news actually. Now again, this one from India, Tata Consultancy Service. Now they are all around the world. TCS, you can see a lot of guys being outsourced through TCS to US, UK, and all over the globe. And now if they are coming into this payment network, they can pay the employee way easily. They can collect the money from each corporate way easily. The payments, friction in that, the fees in that can be taken out. So that means more profit for these corporate giants. Ian Northing points this one out like they will all come to one, and we know which infrastructure he's pointing towards. Tata Consultancy Services launches real-time payments. Real-time payments is becoming the serious issue. Now, if you come back to this BIS site, what you look there is real retail payments in Latin America and Caribbean, present and future. So what are they looking for? The future is the question, right? So the takeaway here is the current pandemic has a lot to do. If you read the last bullet point here, the COVID-19 pandemic should reinforce the momentum of these policy initiatives as it has accelerated the shift to digital payments and underscored the need for more inclusive and lower cost payments. They're not talking about something which Swift is coming up with, where the fee is still 5 to 6%, when you have systems which cost near zero cost, right? And an inclusive one. So the financial inclusion, that side is being so important along with the green and sustainable targets of 2030. While you understand that the bull market is evolving and the news is popping out accordingly, you should be looking at all of this as an investor. Try to gather all of this information together, then reassess it based on each point. Are they connected? Are they going to show you something which is going to happen in the near future? Then go back into the price and zoom out, zoom in, change the time frame and look at it and understand where these resistance lines are ahead, what are our next targets, and is our next target so overhead? Say, how can I explain? Say, for example, the next level of resistance lies around 0.94. Do you think it's huge overhead resistance? Compare towards the range of 0.5 or somewhere near 0.32. No, right? The overhead resistance around 0.32 and 0.5 were even stronger than 0.94. But these levels were crossed in just with a couple of candles in a weekly chart. So the same is not even required to pass through this in just 1 week. If the price decides to go up, that's going to happen. And if you look at this weekly candle now, yes, it has not yet closed. It's Friday here in South Korea, so we only have 2 days for the close. And once it closes like this, a wick showing you that sellers tried to push the price to the downside, but buyers came in, bought all of those which they sold and pushed the price up. That means it's a bullish news. Now, I would like to highlight to you guys that I saw this one and I was like, okay, so when you look at this stuff, it's not that good, right? I'm seeing individuals, trying to act like it's the scientific investor and trying to push you guys into some type of scams. Don't fall for this. I will never do this. I don't have to do that. If you would like to get more value, if you would like to know stuff based on the charts and all, you can just come in to my Patreon and check what you can get for the price you pay. Because when you look at the market, you see a lot of red in the 7 days. I personally see a lot of opportunities instead of negativity, because if you look at these 30 days, one quarter on a year, there is a lot of things changing. And these changes are really important. In 1 quarter, even after the fall, XRP is 140% up. And in a year, it's 160% up. Now, it's just getting started. That is the difference between XRP and BTC or other assets, which was already going to the upside from last 1 year. Say you look at Link and other assets, which was in that trajectory from last 1 year. And it's, you never buy at the top. If you want to make profit, you should be buying, accumulating at the bottom, right? Then riding that wave to the upside, and when it reaches the distribution, you sell, take profit, right? So being able to do that is the best thing to do as an investor in a bull market. Now, buy the dips works fine if you know what you're doing and where the supports are. If you have a target, say this is target 1 for buying opportunity, target 2, target 3, in a shorter time frame, that can happen. But in a longer time frame, it may not be executed. So you have to understand your targets, your emotion, and your risk tolerance before you jump in. And if you need support for all of this, yes, you can check out on me. That's for sure. Now, I hope you got value for your time. And if you did, please do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. I would like to meet you guys on the next video here tomorrow. Bye for now.